Hi guys, this is Bill. I had this whole idea this morning of what I was going to make, and unfortunately I noticed when I woke up this morning here in Florida, the high temperature was at 7 o'clock this morning and it's dropping. So I'm going to do something a little warmer so that for dinner tonight I'm going to have some rib stick and something fun and easy to make. So I got this recipe. It's mac and cheese with buffalo chicken in it. Well, you could make this a lot of different ways, but I want to keep this kind of simple, I guess, and really good. I didn't want to, kill it and stuff. I don't, Anyway, make a long story short, I just want you to see my recipe. Hopefully you get to try it. So the first thing is, I got a bowl here. It's got about a quarter cup of Frank's hot sauce, my favorite. And I got about 3 cups of chicken that I've cut up. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to kind of get it in here so it can kind of get happy, get some of that absorbed into the chicken. And believe it or not, this was actually some chicken from a barbecue place, so it's got kind of a smokiness to it. I don't want too much hot sauce, but I want to keep an eye. Just want to make sure every little piece of chicken gets a little bit of hot sauce. I think I guessed that pretty darn good. Yeah, that's good. So I just want to set this aside and just let it kind of get happy while we're making the rest of it. And every little piece has some Frank sauce on it. So I'm just going to put it out of my way so we can move on to the main event. So this is how you make a really, really good cheese sauce. This is like bum-tastic or whatever. I got a whole stick of butter in here. So we got half a cup of butter. It's all melted and starting to bubble up just a little bit. And it's just kind of an equal part kind of thing. So now I want to put in my my half a cup of flour. And let's just get this mixed up. Make sure we get all the flour dissolved and cooking. If you ever see me do this before, I tell you, the trick is you gotta cook it for a minute because you want to get that raw flavor of the raw flour taste out of it. That's the beginning of a roux. It's just keeping nice and hot. Got some little micro bubbles in here, and everything's looking pretty good. Just a little bit. All right, everything is bubblicious. All right. So, I got a quart of milk, 4 cups of milk. I want to start adding this carefully because it's going to cool down the pot. And we want to go in stages. In the beginning especially. So I want to do, half cup, 3/4 cup at a time. Oh look, oven's at 350. And you can't make this in the microwave. I've never seen anyone be able to make a roux in the microwave. So far so good. Everybody's looking happy. This is kind of the important stage of the game. starting to thin out. It's definitely cooled down. So I'm going to keep it going. It's lovely. Still nice and smooth, no lumps. It's good exercise. Why don't you give me one of those auto stirs I've seen on TV? Ha ha ha. So we definitely have a nice, smooth, and this is the only part you gotta take your time on. You know, if you just take an extra minute to do this right, everything else just comes together. Cool down quite a bit, so I want to wait till I get some mini bubbles back. When I first started doing this, I used to think even if there were lumps in there, they'd somehow magically go away when you put everything together. You find out that doesn't work. I remember actually putting gravy on the table one time, and yeah, it was a little lumpy. All these little lumps of flour. If that ever does happen to you, you can take a whisk, usually whisk it right out. Keep this nice and thick. Okay. It's good to me. So I'm going to stir this until I get some little bitty bubbles to come up. Because I need to keep this really hot, because obviously the next step is we're going to get some cheese to melt in here, so it can't be cold. Okay, so while it's thickening, I got a cup of onion I chopped up pretty fine. Dump that in here. And why didn't I saute the onion in the beginning? Because it's going to bake in the oven for half an hour, so it really doesn't need to be. Got myself a couple cloves of garlic I minced up. Keep stirring. And I've got just a couple twists of fresh ground pepper in here. I've got a teaspoon of dry mustard, powdered mustard. People used to use in cooking all the time. And I have half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. If you don't have any dry mustard, I would suggest something kind of neutral. I would prefer to use like maybe Chinese hot mustard. Just a little pinch of it. You don't want anything that's like deli mustard or anything, because they horseradish in them. So keep it kind of simple. I guess a little yellow mustard would work too. It's not going to change the color because you're putting grated cheese in, cheddar cheese, so that'll be fine. All right, nice and warm in here. Toss that in. All this together. Holy cow, Batman. My mom always put dry mustard. We always had a little thing of Coleman's powdered mustard in the pantry because she'd use it for stuff like this, cheese sauces, brews. I guess she didn't put a whole lot of flavor and stuff in it. Okay, just give a little bit of bubble to it. I'm gonna call it good. So what's next? So I need 2 cups of cheese. Well, if you haven't noticed, they're not 2 cups in the bags anymore. It's 1 7/8, so I got a little left over from the other night. I'm going to dump in there. So I get my 2 cups of cheese. So I know this is plenty warm. I'm going to turn off the heat. I'm going to just stir this around. Just get that cheese to melt in here. It's looking pretty good. And I want to do this before I put the macaroni that I've already cooked this morning and sitting in the sink in a strainer, because it's not hot, so we got to make sure the cheese is melted. If I'm making this normally, not recording it, I would probably do this all at the same time. And I think if you watch my mac and cheese, regular mac and cheese video, that's exactly what I do. I've got another pot over here, but that was too distracting, so I figured I'd do it this way. Alright, now I got cheese sauce. Now, I'm going to get macaroni. Ta-da! So it needs to be thin enough that the liquid actually fills the macaroni. And you can use any kind of pasta you want. I just want to make this kind of traditional mac and cheese thing. Alright, that looks beautiful. So, while that's getting happy, I'm going to go back to my chicken. I just want to check, make sure I got enough hot sauce in here. It all looks good. Alright, so I got about a quarter cup of my homemade ranch dressing. Don't want to put too much in, just enough. And I didn't want to do it earlier because I really wanted it to be the hot sauce that got into the chicken. Okay, beautiful. It smells great. Just a Alright, so let's get this put together. I got my greased Corning wire, and I want to get about half of this in here. Okay. Let's see how talented I am. It's always easy to do when people are watching you. Works for me. Okay. Just a little more. Cheese sauce. Oh, that's right. Okay. So I want to get the chicken spread out over on here. Doesn't have to be pretty. You could do this in a bigger, like open pan if you wanted. I just like the way this kind of stacks up. Kind of layer it. It's just the way it is. I'm doing this, using this dish for a long time. So I've got a real nice layer of chicken in here. And how do you make it better? Well, let me show you. I've got some mozzarella because I want to make a layer. If I can open it up. I want to make a layer of cheese over this before I pour the rest of that on there. So I got myself 2 cups of mozzarella. It's going to make it nice and stringy in here. Okay, it's not really 2 cups. I don't think I saw on this one. Oh, it is 2 cups. What do you know? Mozzarella must be cheaper. It smells really good. Just how I said that. That's a nice ooey gooey cheese sauce. Oh. Get it over in the edges. So there's one thing this is missing. I got myself a little Swiss cheese because I like the way it crusts on top. Because in this recipe I really don't want to use breadcrumbs or anything. So I'm going to hope this cheese does what I want it to do. Oh, this is 1 1/4 cup. Swiss must be expensive. So it's just a nice little sprinkling. And I don't know why. I just absolutely love it this way, but I do. So you can do whatever you want. That's my way. Alright. Put this in the oven. In the oven. Half an hour. Let me get cleaned up and we'll see you back. Boy, it smells really good. Looks really good. So I ended up baking it for about 35 minutes because I like it a little extra cooked on top. I can't talk, I'm drooling so much, I'm just going to tell you that much. But let's just see what it looks like when I dish it up. Get a little corner of it right here. No, we're not on cheese overload. So you can see there's chicken in here. It's not like overdone. It's just enough. I've seen a bunch of recipes where I thought there was too much chicken in it. I just want a little kind of hint and that flavor. And you see I did it right because the hot sauce didn't get all throughout the mac and cheese. It really is confined to the chicken. So from the looks of it, I think this is going to be just super duper. But like I always say, I want you to try it. Tell me how wonderful it is, and of course subscribe. Come on, what's going to hurt to subscribe? And always comment. I like comments. Try it. Let's have fun in the kitchen. Have a great day.